Hey y'all, what's up?
What's happening?
What's good in the hood?
Okay, y'all. Today we talking about habits that's exposed to kids. I've seen some things I ain't so proud of that I done in the past. Like my daughter, and back in the day, my kids when I was smoking, be playing with little, like pencils or whatever and putting it up, like little stuff like that, like little habits that you have that's been exposed to the kids, that you peep like, oh, maybe I shouldn't
Right.
be doing this or that in front of them or whatever have you.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we going with this.
Yeah. It's a lot of habits that
cursing. I got that bad.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I say I know my oldest ones, they be a sailor.
Do you feel like that's something that they kids gonna pick up anyway? It's so much influence in the world.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it's not to say that it's right or not, but
But yeah, like one time I was like reading my son's text message and it was like every other word was, I was like, what in the heck? Who you think you are? You're not grown, trying, still be, correct them. But it's like, I know where you got it from, you know what I'm saying? I know. I know.
Yeah, I think
I could have been
starts at
better.
Young age because they mimic everything that they see. You know what I'm saying? So I noticed that too by having kids because I noticed when they get older, and also I have a younger one, and she even picks up on things or how the teenage girls act. So she act more of like a teenage attitude. You know what I'm saying? So it is like very influencing to kids to.
Yeah, they little sponge boys.
Yeah, they are. So you gotta be like
very mindful.
Yeah.
And when you think they ain't listening, ain't paying attention, they acting like they over here with their toys. They listening. They still listening. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like.
I be like, really upstairs. I can't stand that.
And they be listening from upstairs. Like
the thing is, like when you have company or whatever. Like my mom used to make us get out the way. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all gotta go. Like you're not about to be up here. With the adults.
Right.
But they do need to know there is a difference. We are adults, and we can, do and say what the hell we want to say. They got to know their place at the end of the day. I ain't saying that, we shouldn't try to do better by our kids, but at the same time, I do feel like, they need to know their place. And when you get old enough and you have kids, they have to be in their place. You can't just have your kids walking around here talking like you talking. Like,
And they do. Like, these kids starting to get out of line for real.
Yeah, it just be
they be thinking they the adult.
Like,
come on now.
Yeah, they attitudes are,
like
different.
I said, these kids wouldn't survive back in the day for real.
And it's only because we didn't discipline.
We didn't keep
kids.
the trend like going. That's how it should have been. That's how it should have stayed too. Like now they got all these laws in place. Oh, don't whoop your kids and don't do this and you can't do that and you can't do this and you can't do that. They want to have complete control over everything, your whole life, and how you raise your kids and all that.
Right.
I'm not saying it's okay, but some of these kids need to know.
Yeah.
For real, they place.
Yeah. And it's a boundary. And and the thing is with kids, they are sponges, but at the same time you gotta sit up, you gotta kinda be like, let the grounds be laid. I'm the adult and you're the child. and this is how things are going to be. But then, you know, it's hard to do that when you got YouTube and all kinds of other stuff, places showing them different. They think it's a family. They so innocent, and that'd be the sweetest thing about them. Like, they just, you know, innocent with everything.
But, you know, it ain't the younger ones. You know, it's not just them. You know, they done seen it from somewhere.
Yep.
Or they got this or that from somewhere. You know, so it's kind of like you can't really blame them. You know what I mean? So
yep, we just gotta do
gotta watch what your kids exposed to, for real.
Yeah.
Even when, you know, you gotta monitor what they watching. I mean, sometimes they do be watching good stuff, but other times, you know, they can come across some other stuff too. That's not okay. So you do have to still monitor.
Yep.
Yeah, because they get crazy.
Yeah. Well, with the kids, it's just sometimes, I don't know. I try to talk to my kids, you know, and first of all, the stuff I'm saying to you, it's like, it's preparing you for life. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to teach you nothing bad. I ain't gonna, you know, stir you wrong or anything like that. So some stuff I do be more open with my kids about. You know, I probably shouldn't talk to them about, but I start talking to them early, at an early age, about certain things, and I just, you know, but I want them to be aware of things. You know what I'm saying? So they would never say, I never told them. You know, but it is. It's hard to raise kids and try to, you know.
Yeah, I feel like you don't want to shelter them either, really. So I'm like in between with that, because I don't want to shelter them like I was sheltered, because when I did get out there, I ain't know nothing, for real. I'm not, like, my mama was too protective, and you know, I didn't know as much as I should have known about how people try you, how people are scandalous out here, how people, you know, I came in a world all innocent and, you know, like, loving and caring, and that's not the world that is his, you know. So I be telling my kids out top, like,
you gotta be cutthroat.
This is not the kind of world you want to come in being sensitive or none of that. Like, you gotta be straightforward and blunt and all that with everybody. Like, don't be timid or none of that. Like, you can't be none of that. Like, you have to be who you are, be true to who you are, of course. But in the same breath, don't take nobody's stuff and have a backbone. Don't let nobody,
That's the energy, but it's, I don't know, it's just a little different or difficult, you know, just by being a parent, especially if it's single parents, because it's kind of harder. Like, when I was younger, about 18, 19 or whatever, it's certain things that I was doing, like, you know, just being in a relationship with different guys. You know, I felt like, you know, my son was cool. That's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'd be alright. You know, he might see this person or might see that person, like, you know, whatever. But he never really seen, like, he seen me date a few guys. You know. But when I got pregnant with my daughter, it was like, oh, I need to stop doing certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I got a girl. Like, I don't need to have different guys every year or, you know, every other year.
I don't be wanting that for my son either. Like,
yeah, but I'm just saying, at first when I was younger, I started, you know, but I had my daughter at 20, so I'm like, it wasn't that much of a change in me, but I realized that I shouldn't have them, like, so I started putting boundaries down, like, so men that came, you wasn't coming around my kids, period. My kids would never see you. And that's just the bottom line. They will never meet you. They will never see you. You know, if you want to talk to me, we can go kick it. You can go somewhere else.
Yeah.
We can, you know what I'm saying? So I started trying to put boundaries down, especially when I had my daughter. So, yeah, I think it's, you know.
You got to watch what they expose to for real. Because you can tell them whatever all day long. But what they seeing is what, you know, they start gravitating to. That kind of... You can
attitude and
any kind of anything they seeing, that's what it don't matter what you say.
Right.
In the end, your actions is everything when it comes down to it. Like, I be trying so hard not to yell, and I be telling my kids like stop yelling and da da da, you know. Stuff like that, because you killing yourself when you yelling. Like, that is not doing nothing to nobody but you talking loud and being, you know, obnoxious or whatever for whatever. But I try to tell them that, and it's like I still see it coming about. Like, you're still doing these things. I'm trying to change it. Why don't you try to take that same change? But they, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still doing the same. You already, it's what they've been seeing. It's what they've been knowing. So it's not going to be as easy to take that back. You know, like, it's, you know, so.
Yeah, it is.
You really just have to really watch.
It's very
what
difficult.
you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we basically answered the question, have you seen your kids doing something you're not so proud of? And that's one of the things that I've seen, like
the yelling,
that, and putting my son way back in the day, putting a black or something to his mouth, or you know, like, don't know.
Yeah.
You know, so
I hate that they even sell them fake cigarette. Like they fake cigarette candies or whatever they are. I just like, that was just not.
That was and they used to blow out smoke and everything, setting kids up for failure.
Yeah, like that's just
like that was. I ain't seen them though in a long time. I ain't seen them.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the good thing. They ain't got them no more. If they did get rid of them, because that is ridiculous.
I think they still got them.
Seriously.
But yeah, that's one thing. Like,
they need to get that up.
Yelling, I definitely be trying to, you know, not yell. But my kids bring it up out of you. Some kids just bring it up out of you.
They do. They try you. I be so calm and cool. Like, okay, get this done. Get that done. Don't nobody move or you know,
until
be crazy.
You yell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's I feel like that's because they got in the habit of it, and you have to start going other routes now. You know, like I said, I'm gonna start just going around. If things don't start getting done, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go start taking electronics and plugs and devices. I'm just gonna be quiet, like. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't hear nothing. Guess what?
Yeah.
You about to hear something now because it's about to be quieter than the mice around here.
Right. Turn the whole power off.
Everything got to go. For real.
You shouldn't have to do all that. That's the only time they want to hear you, and you know, like, that's crazy. But you gotta do what you gotta do as a parent. So, all right, let me read this. One of us can read it. So let me get back to it. Which one? Oh, okay. Okay. History will judge us by the different we make in the everyday life of our children.
True that.
Yeah. We make if y'all understand that. I kind of understood it when I read it, like, okay. So, it's very good if we install good things into our kids, but you also have to prepare them for the real world.
Yes.
So,
you do.
You know. Here it go, y'all.
Yep.
Thank y'all for watching.
What to do.
Yes.
I don't gotta say it every time. Do I gotta say it every time? I gotta say it every time.
You have to say it every time.
Every time. Y'all already know what y'all need to do. Y'all need to go
comment below. Give us your opinion.
Comment. Do what you need to do.
We want to hear it. We want to be able to reply. So, yep. There we go.
That's it every time. Like,
Hit the
comment, share,
bell.
subscribe,
It's your
y'all.
first time watching, hit the bell, get notifications so you can see us every weekend.
Every weekend.
All right, y'all. We
in
out.
here.
Yes.
And we out.
Bye.